Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode number 2 of the Realistic Farming channel for Farming Simulator 22, where we use real tractors, we use real equipment, we have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. So a few things, we come over here because we have to get our next tractor, and we have to bring the trailer over. Now, what I did off camera is, you guys know that I played a half an hour off. I harvested for a little bit, but then I sold the big silo here, which gave us a lot of money. And like I promised you guys that when it did that sort of stuff, I just bit my tongue, sorry, I finished buying the equipment that we needed. So what we have now is our baler on our real life farm. We have the John Deere 690 square baler. It takes 115 horsepower and does 180, 220, and 240 bales. So our tractors are small, but our tractors can pull it. We also have the John Deere 2280. Now, we do not have this on our farm. We have the John Deere triple mowers, and we also have the it's what would be equivalent to the NovaCat SIP mower, the side mower. That's what we have, which is generally what I use. But this is what we are going to ascend to eventually on our farm. We want one of these, so we're going to use it on this farm. We also bought ourselves a 3-bale stacker, which we have in real life. This usually hooks to the back of the tractor while you're baling, so that it can just pick up, stack the 3 bales, boom, boom, boom. On my farm here, we use round bales and square bales, depending on the storage and depending on what kind of field work we're doing. If we're doing it on a bunch of hills, we'll use square bales. If we're doing it on a bunch of flat, we'll use round bales. So we do have both. I also have downloaded the very low loader that we do use, and it is the Capricorisi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ours is black, though. I did red just because I thought it was kind of neat. What we do is we load our skid loader right up on it. We take it right to the field, and we grab our 3 stacks with it when we're doing square bales. We also bought ourselves an animal dealer, or an animal trailer. This only holds a max of 6 cows, so we are going to be making a few trips. So we literally now have everything that we possibly could, and we also have the bale wrapper that does the 180, 220. Now, on ours, we have, I don't think it's this model. I do believe it is the McCormick, that what we have. But I couldn't find a good enough version to use on this map. But for the most part, what you guys see is what you get, okay? So we're going to take a few minutes. We're going to open a few shed doors here, and then we're going to go right back into harvesting. We have harvested now for 38 minutes on that field. It's 9 acres. I figured we're going to do about 3 acres an hour. So it's going to take us about 3 hours to harvest it, which is pretty good. Okay, so we're going to let this warm up, and we are going to, I think the weight is off of it. Nope. There, now she's off of it. Nope, now she's on it. So let's duck the weight back into the corner here. There we go. And then we will pick up the, now this is the 4640. This is one of my real favorite tractors in real life. This is what I plow my driveway with. It's what we use for pretty much a farm tractor field, or farm tractor is what they would call it, right around the yard. Stack bales with it, total mix rations with it, whole 9 yards. The only thing we've got to buy, guys, is a mixing wagon, and I figured we would build up to that. For right now, we're going to just feed the cows hay. Because it is summer. It has warmed up about 10 degrees. It was about 43 degrees when we started harvesting. I figured the moisture is about between 48 and 50%, which is a lot of moisture. But because we're going to be selling it straight away. Put this over here. Leave that running. Let's make sure we're off the road. As you guys can see, I have left the traffic on. So you guys know how it works. You're going to lose the game sounds, but you're not going to lose me. I just want to make sure. Whoops, hit the wrong button. We're still with me. You're still with me. And yes, we are. All right, we're getting better and better with this. All right, so we're going to head over, start our combine, let her warm up. We are on our official 3rd headland around. 38 minutes on our literally 9.01. So it's 9-acre field exactly. 38 minutes in. That's not too bad. We're making good time on it. We're actually going right along. But so what do you guys got going on your virtual farms? I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing awesome. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic, because I certainly am. Thank you for the wonderful, awesome... Oh, it's already running. I forgot I had already started it. So we'll let her warm up just a little bit. Thank you for all the wonderful comments, all the wonderful, amazing... Whoops. Wrong button again. There we go. Awesome, amazing comments, awesome, amazing things you guys are saying, letting me know what's going on in your farms. Many wonderful people that are commenting. Make sure you guys are going over and checking out Big A on his farms. He's going to be changing his style up a little bit. He did make an announcement, so for those of you who did not listen to the announcement, he's going to have one Let's Play on YouTube, I do believe, and one Let's Play on Twitch. So make sure you check him out on Twitch. But then the rest of the videos, he's going to literally be doing map reviews. So as you can see in the distance, we sold the big giant silo. I didn't like the look of it with all the red barns, and I went in and put another red barn in. So that is a multi-fruit silo. It holds 10 million liters. Now, will we ever get to that? No. So, like I stated in the beginning of the video, we have all our equipment we need, every bit of it that we need, with the exception of our mixing wagon. We even have a pressure washer and fuel. Everything else gets purchased. Now, we are going to have the stuff delivered to the farm. So when we order pallets and stuff like that, but we have to order pallets. We cannot have one of those buy points and things like that, because on our farm we have fertilizer and lime and stuff delivered. It comes on a big truck on pallets, a flatbed, and we have to unload it either with a skid loader or our forklift or our telehandler, which we own a telehandler, which I didn't show you guys, but the Merlot telehandler, we own that one in real life, so it's kind of neat. I get to use all the equipment that the only thing that is different is this. Now, we will be upgrading eventually to the John Deere 670, because that's what we have in real life. So, but we can't go any bigger header. We have to go 6 meters or less on every piece of equipment on this map. So if we get a field that's bigger than 10 acres, we have to split it down to 10 acres, and the rest of it around it. So if it's a 12-acre field, we have to get it under 10, because as you guys see, 3 hours to just harvest. Then you got to go through and bale. Then you got to go through and stubble cut, and which is another word for cultivating, because we are a no-till farm here. We do not plow. We do not subsoil. We cultivate only. Now, every probably 5 to 6 years, we will run a subsoiler through just to dig up and aerate the ground quite a bit. But thank you guys for noticing that I am in my element when it comes to series like this, to things like that. I just enjoy teaching. I enjoy playing at the slower speed. I enjoy being able to just visit with you guys for half an hour. And like we said yesterday, what we're going to do is actually Sunday, because I took yesterday off from videos. What we're going to do is we're going to play a half hour on, and then I'm going to play a half hour off. So it's still the hour. And we're still getting the same amount done, because I play the exact same way that we're playing here. And what's cool for me is I'm playing now the way that I play off camera. There is no deviation from it. So this is how I play off camera. Everything gets done by hand. That's why, like in the beginning, I was a master at course play. In fact, I think I pretty much taught Big A how to do course play. But over the months and over the pretty much last year, I've forgotten how to use it, because I don't use it. Now recently I've been using it on the bigger giant fields, but I don't use it when I play on my personal Let's Plays. I don't hire workers. I do everything myself, and that's why I run 1x speed. And like we stated in episode 1, that we're going to run 1x speed 1 day months, but we are prepared to go the entire 24 hours if we have to get through, to get harvest done. And if we don't, and we lose crops, then that's so be it. We can always add time later, if you know what I mean. But that's pretty much where we're at, and we're gonna make sure. Now I'm almost full here, so probably what I should do is get to right by this auger wagon. Let's get our pipe out. Let's make sure she's coming out right here, and then I'll back up and just get past it, and then we'll unload it into the auger wagon, and then that should fill the auger wagon. I want to go like that. Turn that up. Lift the header so I'm not dragging it over. There we go. Now this unloads very, very, very slowly, but that's realistic because you don't dump grain like whoosh. You just don't. It just doesn't work that way. So this is more realistic, and I also have the manual unload on. I had to turn it on. Remember, as I drove over it, it started unloading. I had to shut it off. So now we are on the manual overload. So let's get a little more even here. You want to try to get your grain as even as you can. Now, this auger wagon is a Russian auger wagon. It's almost identical to the same one we have on our farm, except ours is quite a bit smaller. This holds probably 20,000 liters. Ours only holds like maybe 10 if you're lucky. And it goes from about here to here. It's pretty small, but it's all right. It's the closest one I could find to the one we used. And I told you guys that I wanted to start using some equipment that... Whoops, I got to get her full there. Get her a little more even. It should fill her. There we go. Shut the pipe off and shut her in. And then we'll get her line back up on the line. And then we'll go dump the auger wagon. Here we go. We'll be right back. See ya. But I want to give a shout out also. I did that again. I'm so used to playing it the other way. Now, which way is our auger wagon open? Okay, so we've got to go back around. Shout out, we wanted you guys to shout out Big A. I also want to shout out PA Plowboy, aka Jason, really good friend of the channel, really good friend of Big A's channel. He is also a real life farmer, so if you want to check out some of his videos on his channel, make sure you go over. PA Plowboy is his name. He puts out real life farming videos, which is kind of cool. He was explaining to me that on their farm, his habit is to go counterclockwise. Well, our habit on my farm is to go clockwise. And we keep the auger out. We keep the pipe out. That way we can just continue to drive. As you can see, I'm straddling the straw because I'm trying not to drive over too much of the straw because even though it won't hurt it, it's just, let's get this auger out. But he said he grew up learning on the gleaner. And on the gleaner combine, the pipe is always out like that. So he had got learning to go counterclockwise, which is this way, the opposite way that we're going, because you don't want to hit any trees. So, but that's the stuff I like hearing. I like hearing the, let me turn this automatic on, because I want it to empty into it as I drive by. Nope, I got to get closer. Oh, there you go. There you go. This one unloads about the same speed. I adjusted all the speeds on them. So now we can go and just dump it in our silo when we're done. It'll hold about the same. So I do believe that this holds 20,000 too. I should have bought a bigger one. Yeah, it's going to be just transferring it at this point till we have enough money to buy a bigger wagon. Oh, look at that. Clipping through. It's all right. Let's get back into this baby here. I love how the steering wheels tilt. Mine does too on mine. Actually, this is the 4840 on this one. The 4640 is right there. That's the one I have. But we will be making some changes. Oh, that emptied pretty quick. Put this in. Nice sounds. Head this back over to, actually, you know what? Now that we are this side, let's keep it the same side, and we'll just unload it when we come around each time. Look at that, keeping traffic on. Is it me, or is Fury kind of crazy? Now, normally, I would have just taken the auger wagon and dumped it over into the silo. There we go. But because, run through the wheat. Because we're trying to do it, what I should have done is bought a bigger trailer. Because if you want to try to get 2 loads into your trailer. So if your combine holds 7,000, I can get about just shy of 3 full loads into the auger wagon. But then my trailer should be 3 times that size so that I can just run it. Because the whole idea of your auger wagon is to run. So it's specially designed tires, so you're not digging up the field, you're not doing all that stuff. But have we used real trailers? Yes. Have we used, sometimes we'll take the trailer right underneath the auger and that's it. We've done that before. We've done it all the time, depending on what field we're in. Like our 80-acre grass field, if we're chopping that for silage, oh man, I'll tell you, it gets so boggy, muddy that your tires sink right in on a regular trailer. So we have to use the auger wagon. But on our bean field, it's pretty hard. It's pretty pan hard, so we don't have to worry about it too much. We could drive a truck on it, which we've been known to. And we'll back up so we get that on there. And then what we do, Jason, is we just go around like this, providing our fields are small. Now, on our 80-acre field, that's pretty good size. So what we do is we cut in. Like we'll go to about halfway, and then we'll make a cut in, and we keep the trailers going the same way. We keep the augers going the same way. We always try to go with our auger facing out. Now on this one, the auger isn't stuck out. On the gleaner, it's stuck out. So, whoops, I gotta move over so I can get a full cut here. There we go. But that's why he went counterclockwise. But that's the stuff that, you see, and that's what I enjoy about the farming business and the farming in general, is just because one farm does it one way doesn't mean every single person does it the same way. Every farmer on the planet, especially the old school ones, they believe that their way is the way to do it. So now what we're going to do is when we get full, we'll grab the auger wagon and run it back and forth. So eventually, oh, you know what? I got to dump that into the thing, but we don't have to do that right now. We got to get some harvesting done and get some more done. So then what I'll do is we're going to play till 9:30, and then I will play off camera from 9:30 until 10. And I think this series is going to go well. My goal is to, I'm not worried about owning the whole map, and I'm not worried about all that stuff, because what I want to get to is a minimum of 100 episodes. So if we go 8 to 9 episodes per game day, by the end of 1 year, we will have our year. If we go 9 hours, if we play from like 8 to 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8 hours. That would be 84 episodes. If we went 9, that'd be 96. So I think we're going to play 9, because if we play 10, then you're talking 110. And what we want to do is get to right around 100. So, and remember too, I think it's going to, if we go 9 hours, it'll be pretty close. Because on Saturdays, when in between Big A and I's map reviews here and there, I'm going to be streaming this, and that streams for 2 hours. So that's the same as what literally 2 full episodes are going to get done on Saturday. So I think I'm going to go one more week with just doing my own Let's Play, and then we'll get with him, because he stated in his video the other day, he's super busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So I have to work under his schedule, and we go from there. So it's awesome. But thank you guys for noticing. Like I said, that this is the play style that I have always played. This is the play style that I always loved doing. I love teaching. I love learning. I love all that stuff. The day that my dad used to say, the day that you stop learning is the day that you basically should stop farming, because I learn a lot of stuff every day, and I thought I knew it all. The other thing that is not realistic with this is I should have the realistic weights and stuff, or not weights, like capacities and stuff, because in real life you go by bushels. You don't go by, well, at least in the United States we do. Maybe in Europe they go by liters, but we go by bushels here. So now this combine would not have GPS on it, but when we get to the S670, we can then start utilizing our GPS, which will make us a lot easier straight lines, because that tractor does have it. Now, ours did not come with it. We had to put an external one on it. It's a big, giant yellow globe that goes on the top of it, and it just kind of reads the field and stuff. So, is it me, or has it been extremely, like, humid lately in the last couple of days here? I live in New York, and it's been like that. Like, my buddy said today, he said, it's like that where you're wearing the weather. If because every minute you turn and whatever you're sweating because it's so humid. It's like sticky, and it rained, and we got a lot of rain last night. And boy, I tell you, we sure as heck needed it here. But yeah, we got a lot of rain, and then it never ever cooled off. It just stayed super humid, like super moist, wet. Like you're wearing the weather because your shirts are soaked and everything else. Everything you touch is soaked. And what was it today? I went out to mix up the cow feed. To feed the cows before we started milking them, and the auger or the mixing wagon had 2 inches of rain in the bottom of it. So you gotta, it doesn't just drain out like the Total Mix ration does, but then it's wet. So you gotta let it dry out. It seemed to take forever. It took the better part of an hour to finally dry out, because once you start putting, bales of hay and stuff in it, it gets sticky and sticks right to the side and doesn't even come out the chute. Makes a big giant mess. So that was the start of my morning this morning, but it was fun. I've been known to jump right in the back of them and dry them out with a towel just so I can get to work faster, but it's not recommended because they are super dangerous. Those things turn on, and those little auger spinner thingies turn on, and you're gone. Because I've seen them crush metal like everything. So there is 4 headlands or 4 passes on one side and 3 on the other. So we are doing what we need to do. Right up to the edge of the grain. Back her off. Drop the header. Normally I'd say set the GPS, but we don't have that on this. But it'll be okay. Once we get it up, like I said, we can move up and buy newer equipment. We can. But it can't go over 6 meters. That's the deal on this. So what we're going to do is, if we have, I don't know if I stated it in this video or the last video, our field over there is 30 acres, just shy of 30 acres. We're going to split that into 3 fields. I want to keep the fields to about 10 to 11 acres apiece. Because as you can see, I'm figuring it's going to take about 3 to 3.5, if not longer, hours in real life to harvest a 10-acre field. Then you've got to come through and bale it, which is probably close to another hour. So that's 4 hours. And then you've got to lime it, fertilize it. We got to cultivate it and then fertilize it again. And all that gets done with manure. Which, just so you know, is real life. If farmers run out of manure, if they don't have enough cows, farmers that have bigger herds will sell their manure. And other farmers can come and get it, and they... Basically, for us, you can't get it on pallets in real life. You can if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. You can get the cow manure on pallets. But in real life where I live, we just call our neighbor up and be like, "Hey, Tom, do you have any extra this?" And, farmers help each other, and that's what we do. That's why I love this country. That's why I love what we do, because without farmers, nobody eats. And that's what I've been teaching my granddaughter. Every bit of food that's in your refrigerator comes from somewhere, and it's whether it's an animal, whether it's a farmer, whether it's a byproduct of an animal, a byproduct of a corn or wheat or whatever you grow in your farm, and you make food from it. Hey, even the people that are vegan and stuff, their stuff comes from grain. Their stuff comes from wherever it needs to come from, but it doesn't come from animals. So farmers feed the world, and that's why I love doing what I do. And without farmers on here, none of us eat. None of us. Whether it's your cows, whether it's your pigs, if you're eating meat, whether it's a chicken, whether it's an otter, anything that you want to eat. I don't even know if you can eat otters. I don't even know if it's legal. But any animal that you eat, even horses, let's say, and that's not legal. But let's just say that someone wanted to eat alligator. somebody raised that alligator to ship it to your house or ship it in the grocery store or buy it at the restaurant that you're eating it at. So everybody needs a farmer one way or another. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out because there's a lot of us that are struggling, and luckily for us, and there's a lot of farmers out there like my farm that we don't sell it outside. We use every single bit on our farm for our animals, and if we don't, that's what goes in the silo, and that's what we store. So everything it feeds the next. Now, how we make our money is we sell our milk. All right. Put that out. Once I see it's out, then I can jump out. It'll finish putting it out itself. Boom. Across the wheat field we go to get our auger wagon, and here we go. We got about 5 minutes left. So, all right. So shall we start saying our goodbyes now? First thing I'm going to do is dump this in. I almost started it again. I forgot my tractors are running. Oh, here comes a car. So we'll give it a second until he comes by. We're going to dump this into our silo. And boom. I think we're going okay. The rest of anybody coming, you got to wait. Go, go, go. We're going to use the grain sales from this to buy our cows. But we want to make sure that we have enough. Like straw, and we're going to feed them hay at first because we don't have a mixing wagon. Here we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That dumps super fast. That is crazy. Actually, I got to adjust the speed on that because that's nuts. There used to be an original chicken pen right here, and I removed it because I only want to do dairy, even though on my farm we have chickens, and we can, at a later time, put one out. We'll find one that holds, like, Toyota Corolla. There we go. Make sure he's off the field, and he is. Let's get him closer to the auger, and then we will start saying our goodbyes, and we'll go unload the combine. We'll shut this down because we're going to be done after today with that. All right. So, on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Please, please, please enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you are watching this. And on that note, when it hits 9:30, we stop the time, we slam all our tractors off, we finish our work, and we will come right back. I will work a half an hour more on this so we can chip away at it. And then we will come right back here at 10 o'clock in the morning. I skipped the video yesterday because I was super tired. But I'm thinking about doing maybe every other day and then putting out a couple extra ones on the weekend. That's how we're going to do it, I think. What I like is these tractors don't go 40, 50 miles an hour. They don't. And then, like I told you guys, like if you look at the dash, I can't tell in my real life tractor how fast I'm going anyways. The only thing I can tell is like RPMs, and that's it. And usually they're pegged right at the gills. So we're going to stop him here like this because we're going to unload off camera. Shut this down. All right. So as soon as that says that, yeah, that's good. We're at a plot. A little disclaimer about this map. It had an update done to it. And if you're on the map, I noticed it when I was rewatching the video, so I came on off camera. And what he did is when he updated the map, it doubled up the trees. All these trees on the farm right here, it put doubled in there. So you have to go through and you have to have the additional game settings and delete those trees. Otherwise, you get like a blurry, like I couldn't figure out why the trees were blurry. Then I realized it's because there's two trees next to each other. So when the gentleman or lady that did the map and did the update, they just put new trees down. So that's exactly where we are at. And so I went through and I fixed it off camera. Yeah, now they look much better. And they aren't like that anywhere else around the map. Just it was on this farm. Every time I looked at it, It was driving me crazy. I was like, what's going on here? But thank you guys for joining me. And on that note, here we go. We slam the time stop. We got all our tractors shut off. And on that note goes, thank you guys for joining me and gals and watching the videos and supporting the channel. And make sure you guys are hitting the like and subscribe button. Please, please, please. It not only helps me, but it helps the algorithms for YouTube. And on that note, I love you all. And I will see you right back here 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever day I want to put the video out. And on that note, later, Fury out.